Lights, camera, action. In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film. Cut! That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Munfrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Today, I'm talking to Stuntwoman, actress, director, and executive producer, Jessica Medina. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm doing great. Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. So first, I just want to ask, I know your story begins in Miami. So what was the first film that you worked on?
The first film that I worked on, I did background in Bad Boys. And I have a friend that was working on the first Bad Boys with Will Smith. And he was playing one of the main Haitian guys, the bad guys. So he invited me. He's like, hey, Jess, come and hang out just to see how it's a set, a movie set. I show up and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then the director just put me straight right, hey, Jew, stay in the corner. And I'm like, what? What am I doing? Oh my God. And that was the beginning though.
Did you have to do the I don't want to say pantomime, but the fake talking?
Yes. For the first time in my life, yes.
So how was that explained to you? Because it was a really odd. They did.
They did not. The crazy thing was that they threw me in there like a chicken. Just go in there and action. And I'm looking at everybody. So nobody's telling me, hey, you got to mimic. So I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, okay, I guess I have to do whatever everybody's doing. So I listen to myself. And it was kind of strange for me. Never done that before. I'm like, okay.
Well, you caught on quickly.
Yeah, I did though. I'm very good on like picking it up like that fast. So I'm like, action, talking, fake talking.
Oh yeah, my situation was a lot more awkward.
Why?
So they did the whole action thing. I'm just having, well, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, man, my name is this. And everyone's like staring at me like, what are you doing? And I'm looking back like, wait, what did I do wrong? We're not supposed to hear you. What?
Oh, God. So
yeah.
So they had to cut you. Oh, wow. Yeah, but if you wouldn't explain it to you, yeah.
They wasn't as tense about it. They laughed at it eventually because they're like, oh, he really doesn't know. So they had to explain it to everybody again. So it was rather awkward. But after that, it was quite a laugh.
Yeah, I bet. It's just crazy. And sometimes with stunts, you got to do that too. And
so you pantomime stunts?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing an indie spot, we require action and maybe like talk, no real talking. Then you have to do, and then you jump in the action. Oh yeah, we've done that plenty of time. Like if I'm doing an ND, which is almost like a background with action, they call it background with action, which is not background, it's just more action. But maybe you work in there for safety to the background performers, even for safety with the actors. Yeah, I've done this before.
So I'm thinking like the background with action would be like, and I guess this wouldn't count as like an indie, but like a huge, maybe like war scene.
Yes, exactly. And maybe in that war scene, it's one of the main actors running. So they always use few stunt performers to make sure that everybody around the actors is safe. Yes. Good question, Kevin.
Okay. You was thinking it and that what came to my head. And like I've seen like some movie, and I guess this would be more like a Marvel thing, where it's just a few and they kind of CG the others in.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So it's sometimes like a whole lot of like maybe 5 or 6 actors.
Yes. And we call those the indie spot. Hey, you're just or maybe like when you see Marvel movies or TV shows, maybe they're running and you just see 3 or 4 people, maybe they're like rub a shoulder, or maybe somebody fall on the ground, and then just blend in with everybody.
Yeah.
100% sure that's one of the stunt performers. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get from being an extra to being a stunt performer?
Well, actually, it was backwards. So I did my first background job in Miami. I took acting classes, Then I moved from Miami to LA. I auditioned, and after that, which it was like a weird process, I booked a series regular, a speaking part, and Nickelodeon. I told you that before.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of acting, and then from there, by surprise, stunts just came to me. It was just a choker, a lovable choker. Yeah.
So it just kind of, it felt like a natural progression for you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Imagine you like, you have a regular life and stuff, and then you're acting, then you have this background job, then from there you jump into doing stuff. So yeah, it was different, totally different. It was a lot of fun though. And I'm like, oh.
So what was the first stunt you did?
My first stunt was for a commercial, for a dating commercial, actually. And it was for eHarmony. I never forget it. eHarmony.
This is not where I thought this was going to go.
Yeah, actually, I never thought this is what happened. So I have a friend that called me and said, hey, Jess, they needed girls for a commercial. They didn't tell me what it is. Go to the audition. I go up, super cute. I booked the job, and when I show up, the job was, I was supposed to kick the other girl with the bouquet, okay, and push her to the side, grab her, and run with it. And that was my first job. And hit the ground. So push the girl, grab the thing, run, and that's it. And I was like,
anything that has like action in it, for a film, commercial, it is considered a stunt.
Yes. Everything that is action related, even though I done some things there, no, that I double some actresses that they don't like to do a lot for many reasons, and they hire me to kick a trash can, and I'm not even kidding. And I'm grateful for that because it was money in my bank account when I needed the most. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
So you got a pay bump just to kick a trash can.
Yes.
God bless America.
I love America. Totally. Because only in this awesome country you see that. And I'm like, when my boss, the secretary that hired me, called me, he's like, hey, Jess, this is simple. All you have to do, you're going to double this famous actress, is to kick a trash can. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, no. You're gonna get paid $1,000 to kick a trash can. Can you do that? I'm like, yes to the yes. And yeah. So
I might have fainted when they told me something like that.
For real. It's a very profit career, but also too, I've done some things that it's been very dangerous. I broke my nose, I burned my face, I dislocated my hip actually not long ago, like 5 months ago. My shoulders, my knees right now, they're not too happy. I went to the doctor last week. Oh. So yeah, it takes a lot of bump in your body, definitely. So
if you were to take a count of how many injuries you've had being a stunt person, how many would you say you've had?
Thank you, God, that is not many. Total, over 10. Over 10, yeah.
Sound like a professional football player.
No. We are professional. To just say that.
You get the professional injuries.
No, I train. We train on anything and everything to make sure that we're safe. That we know what we're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get hurt. And yeah, it's just like a professional football, totally.
Or I guess even like kind of like I guess a wrestler would be more, because in a sense they're kind of doing like a
Yeah,
dance.
because it's almost fake, but they still hit the ground and they still get the neck back and you still get sore. Yeah, I would say very, very similar.
So when I was younger, I actually like wanted to pursue wrestling. And I had some friends that actually got me to a ring, and they were teaching with and maybe you all call it that too, bumps.
Oh, okay.
Where you practice falling.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell one time on that mat and I was done.
But you see, do you know how many stunt people started? And when they started training to be professional stunt performers, they didn't continue. I found over 20 people that I know, because it's tough. Listen, the moment that you hit the ground, and you have to hit the ground, we're not talking about like fake hitting the ground, and you feel that on your back for a whole week, you're like, oh, do I want to do this? My family said that you have to be a different kind of person, and I agree to do what we do. No, everybody is committed to do what we do. Yeah. So
what would you say is like the general lifespan of a stunt performer?
Well, the thing is, listen, okay, this is a tricky answer and good question. Let me tell you, because right now, me personally, I'm not following, I'm not quitting doing stunts, but I'm moving more into directing, producing, and stunt coordinating. That's more of my what I'm doing right now. I have actually 2 personal friends. One of my friends started, I want to say her age. She started a little late. She was 40, 43, 44 when she started, which is very late. But she's doing great though. That's not for everybody though. That's not for everybody. If you keep your body, for women and men, it's different. Like I know a lot of stunt guys in their 50s and 60s hitting the ground, driving, because you can do many things. You don't need to hit the ground. You can drive cars, you know? So, or you can coordinate, you can drive cars, you can do all the things that doesn't require using your body. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you mentioned driving cars. Like, have you ever, like, I guess the stunt devils does, or stunt people do the speed chase scenes?
Oh yeah, I've done those before. Yeah.
So great. So how do you all like practice? Because I find this interesting. Like how does that setup go?
Okay. Number one, you got to train. Every stunt performer that drives, we go to a school. They teach us everything from 180, how to do a 90, how to speed, how to reverse without looking back in a straight line, how to do a speed with a bunch of cars together. You see it in the movies all the time. And action without you bumping into each other. So definitely training. It was the most fun for 4 days, 10 hours a day, car, 1 hour lunch without stopping until you learn what you need to learn. Then after that, don't think you're going to get hired. It might take years.
Really?
Yes. Because they have a specific people, some performers, all they do is car. Just cars. That's all they do. They don't hit the ground. You want to laugh? I work in one show, and they brought me. But then the actors have 2 stunt doubles. And I was like, wow, you have 2 stunt doubles. They brought me to fight, because I'm a good fighter.
Yeah.
And they brought one of the best drivers, a female driver, to drive for her. So yeah, training.
This was definitely not an indie.
No, that's not an indie. That's actually depends on what you're doing. If you're doubling with the main actor, or you playing I play many cops, you're playing a cop, you gotta the most tricky thing is drive a car fast, get out of the car with the gun, stop the car with the threat to tell you to stop without killing people.
Yeah, of course.
Safely, and hit your mark, number one thing. And those ones are tricky but fun. Yeah, they're fun. Definitely not in this spot for sure.
So I'm thinking like for a stunt performer, they may have, I guess like when they go for jobs, they may say like, I do like fighting, cars, or jumping out of buildings.
Yeah.
Almost like a skill set.
Yeah, it's a skill set. Like in a resume, you put all the credits, and then down, when you send your resume to stunt coordinators, directors, whoever asks for, then you have all, and you can not lie. Don't lie, because I know people that lie that almost die. That's no joke. Don't say you're a driver and you never drive a car. You can literally die. Remember that lady in Canada?
Yeah.
And she was a professional motorcycle lady, but she never done stunts, because real world and stunts is two different things. So you be honest with your skill set. I can drive. I'm a fighter. What kind of skill set when it comes to fighting? Jiu-jitsu, boxing, because even if you say that you're a fighter, they might ask you, well, I need a boxer. Can you box, Kevin? I go, you understand what I mean? Yeah. Or like, can you do jiu-jitsu? Because I do jiu-jitsu personally. Can you do this? Can you do that? So you got to be very specific what kind of training you have, and never lie, because that can come and becomes a problem later.
Now, how often, because it's just stuff I'd never even think about, how often have you heard a situation where people have lied about their skill set?
Oh, well, this is the thing. Sometimes people, everybody make mistakes, you know what I mean? And everybody maybe at one point have a situation where they need a job because of money situation, which is not an excuse, because you can actually die doing that job. And I know a person, they almost died. You see it a lot sometimes. People saying that they can do something, and then they show up and nada, nothing. And that's a problem. So always be honest with your skill set, and everybody will be good.
Now, when it comes to like when you started becoming a stunt performer, how many would you say other women did you see as stunt performers when you started?
Oh, well, when I started, I didn't know that our family it's a big community though, but you don't know until you get more deep into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you start getting popular, and people start calling you. Directors request you, actresses request you, everybody requests you. So then, and it's a family, and everybody knows everybody. It's like actors. It looks like it's a big hunt, but it's not. Everybody knows everybody. It's a lot of us out there. A lot.
Now, would you say like from when you started to now, you've seen more women get into it?
Yes. And all types. Totally. Yes. I think now, I'm not saying that before, but like I told you, I have one of my friends that she started late, at 40s. I didn't say, hey, you can. I'm like, go for it. You know, like one of the most famous drivers, Debbie Allen. Is it Debbie? Forgot her last name. She's
Debbie
like,
Allen?
I said, no, that's the actress, right?
Yes.
No, I forgot her name. Well, she's in her 60s, and she still drives, and she's a badass driver. 60s. It's just crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's never too late. Now, I don't recommend to be hitting the ground after 35.
After 30.
It's better to start younger, though, for sure. Younger is better.
So 35, the number for hitting the ground, or I guess jumping out of cars.
Yeah, it will destroy your body eventually, you know. The younger you start, I'm not gonna like the better. But that doesn't mean you cannot do it. You want to try it and see if it's for you. If it's not, do something else.
So what would be an average age, would you say, to start doing stunts?
I really think the younger you start, the better. 18 and up. And actually, some of a few of my friends, stunt coordinators, they have kids that do stunts, 12, 13.
Wait, what stunts do kids do?
Well, when you see movies, don't you see little kids running?
Yeah.
Climbing trees. It's adults doubling kids that have a little body and the babies, 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Yeah.
I don't know. I just never think of that as stunts. But I guess you're right.
It's a big community in my community of the small petite stunt performers, adults, that double the little kids, the babies. Yeah. 10, 8, 11 years old. Yeah.
Okay. I just
you didn't know that. Pay attention.
No, I never
every time you see a little kid running, it's not them. Never. It's always a stunt person doing that. Or climbing in a tree, it's never the kid, it's always a stunt person.
Oh. Huh. So even I'm thinking Home Alone.
Oh, totally not. That was totally not. Google that. That was him. He has a stunt. Totally, an adult.
And especially what they were paying, they want nothing to happen to that kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, obviously, fitness, health is important for what you do. So, what would you how often do you work out?
Every day, 2 hours a day.
2 hours?
Yes, sometimes more. Sometimes more. Yeah. Because I do cardio an hour, sometimes an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Then I do whatever body part, then I stretch. Sometimes I do 2 workouts a day. Depends, Pilates.
2 different body parts?
Well, different programs. Maybe on the same day, I do Pilates and then I go and do my whole body workout. Yeah, it's fun.
Ooh, 2 to 4 hours. I mean, I do a good hour, but
yeah, 2 to 3. Yeah.
I'll just have a podcast and I just work out until it goes out, or I have my strong playlist because I hate music at the gym.
Actually, I don't mind anything. I'm just so focused on what I'm doing. The music or don't, it's gonna happen. That's fun.
Not that yet.
Yeah.
Last time I went to the gym, they played Taylor Swift, and I was like, "Whoa!" That threw me off. I just wasn't expecting that.
Oh, that's
great. So when you and I'm thinking, I'm just kind of throwing certain kind of scenes that would have a stunt in it, like a scene that involves the shootout.
Yeah.
So, how would you prepare for that?
Depends. You see, now I'm talking to you like a stunt coordinator. Depends on what the shootout has. I done big shootouts where actually one of the movies that I worked with Bruce Willis, actually last Bruce Willis movie, I did all the stunts for Orga and we prepared the whole stunts.
You prepared the stunts or you did them all?
Yeah, check it out. The name of the movie is White Elephant. It comes on June 3rd.
On Netflix or?
It's going to be in theaters. Big theaters.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. So I can wait because I did everything in that movie. And we did a big shootout actually in that movie. So prepare meaning cardio depends. In that particular movie, I run with a big shotgun that it was super heavy, even though it was a real gun.
So the guns in movies, they're still pretty heavy.
Oh, it's still, even the fake ones, they're still very heavy. And I think we did the same scene 10 times. And I had to run a whole mile, I think over more than that, shooting people and stopping, shooting, stop, run a little more with a backpack too in the back. High, shoot.
Nice.
That was a good cardio. I was sweat like.
This sounds kind of fun though.
It was a lot of fun, but it was no joke. I think I lost 10 pounds in that movie in one day.
I believe you.
You see the movie, White Elephant, guys. Go and check it out.
Definitely. Running with a gun. So, like, how much time would it take for y'all to prepare to do that scene?
Well, number one, we have to block it. We have to.
So you block it just like actors do when they're just doing dialogue.
Yes, but that's the action. We block the action, meaning the stunt coordinator and the stunt performers. Hey guys, this is what you guys doing. So then we rehearse. So we rehearse. Everybody is on the spot. Action, rehearse. So we might rehearse 2 times. Then we show it to the director. So it might take sometimes 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30, yeah, because we already prepared. So we already prepared that scene, the stunt coordinator and the stunt performers privately. And we know what we're going to do. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then by the time we get there, we know, boom, 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 action, ready to go. Let's rehearse. Boom, boom, boom. We block it. The director goes, oh, I love it. Boom. You know, it's great.
I was thinking you've been like, we gotta do this for like a month, and then
no in movies, no. Well, if it's a big budget when it comes to money, let's talk about this. If it's a Marvel movie where it has a lot of money, oh, like a Black Panther, that the stunt coordinator or the stunt performers have to train the main actors to look super badass, that could take a month to make. Yeah. Let's say I have to, which I done. Actually, after that movie, I did another movie with, who was in that? I don't remember. Section A was the name of that movie. It comes this year too. And I have to train the actress to know how to use a gun, to know how to look the part like a badass, you know, boom, 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 boom. She was playing like an undercover bad cop, you know. So I did it on the spot because, you know, on the spot. Now, other movies, if you have a big budget, take a month to train them, and yeah, a month. Big sequence too. Depends on how big the budget of the movie is. We can play a lot more. I call it play a lot more.
Yeah. So it's like how much
time, nothing's rushing. It's, you know, then we have time to train, have some fun.
I was talking to somebody about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Have you seen that one? Oh, that happened. And there's one point in the movie where the vampire picks up a horse by the leg and throws it at Abraham Lincoln. And I had to pause the movie. And I was like, oh, hold on. This is too much.
I gotta digest this.
That's too much. Because first off, if you throw a horse at me, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not chasing you no more. That's it.
You made your point. I'm good.
Like, come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone.
I'm so mad I'm going to throw a horse at you.
Yeah. It's just
I would think you're possessed then.
like what is funny too, like in action movies too, like superhero movies, the landing of a superhero. Yeah. I'm like, why? And also too, those ones in real life, they hurt. They hurt my back, your knees. When you do it in real life, I'm like, you actually can kill yourself doing the superhero landing, which I've done it plenty of time, because they want to jump and I'm like, this is not real. I'm like, they need to remove that out of the movie. You know what I mean?
You're going to have kids doing this. They're going to break something.
Yeah.
Something, exactly.
Now, in your opinion, what's a movie you've seen that you can watch that's like close to realistic? As far as like when they do an action scene.
Well, you're talking to the wrong person. I ask my family every time I see a movie, they go, "Don't start judging the movie as a stunt performer."
Oh, so you can't. You're the person you can't take to that. Yeah, that's me and Victoria as well.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I'm gonna see what's wrong, and I think the only movies that I would not say nothing is like romantic movies, like The Notebook. I love that movie. It's so beautiful. Now, when it comes to action, I always gonna find something. Oh, look at what they did there. They should have done this better. They should have, or the car exploded, or the ramp, or
that is basically going to the movies with me and mostly Victoria.
I'm not gonna go. I'm trying to tell you that now. It ain't happening because I hate it.
Why, Victoria? Why?
I mean, I will sit there and I will look, and I want to say something because whoever I'm at the movies with, they're gonna be like, "Why would you do? Why are you trying to ruin it?" I'm like, "But if you look at this, you can see how fake everything is and how stupid it is." And I'm just like, "You don't see that, right?"
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not as bad, Victoria. Like there's certain shows I can't watch because I see a set. It just look like I can't think anytime there's like an airport, it doesn't, or like they're inside of an airplane, it doesn't look like an airplane to me.
It looks like
so
fake.
Yeah, it looks like a bathroom.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like no, I can't even look at this anymore. Like any show or movie, anything that has an scene that's in an airplane, or even like an old I use Married with Children, for instance. Shows like that, I just see sets.
You know what also I criticize a lot, or people not gonna like this, is when, and you know what I'm talking about, Victoria. When you see an action movie and the main girl, she weighs 80 pounds.
Right.
And you know what I'm gonna say? And she's supposed to kick all this big dude's ass.
Right. Right.
I'm looking, she got no muscle, she's like super petite, and I'm thinking,
but she kicked him in the head, and homeboy just did a whole flip.
A whole flip.
And kick them and I go, and I'm looking at the movie, I'm like, you're gonna tell me that this is real, that woman, 70-pound woman, went and kicked those 8 guys and walk away alive.
She got really strong calf muscles.
It's kind of like the underworld in Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? Those main actresses, are fighting werewolves and zombies.
I can suspend disbelief a little because she's supposed to be a vampire. So
come on.
That's a little bit different. So like you talking about like some like weird.
So she's a vampire though, but she's fighting another vampire, but he's a male.
Supposed to be a guy.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be powerful than her anyways.
She got a gun. She got 2 guns. She got 2 guns.
That's a good one, Joe.
Hey, she pulled them guns out quick. She pulled the guns out real quick.
Both of them.
Yeah.
It's like, I got muscles. Good for you.
I got muscles and 2 guns.
My muscles go boom. So
that's hilarious.
So when you go about stunt, because I'm guessing it's somewhat like a dance, like y'all are practice. Like, so what is the process of kind of preparing to do a stunt?
Well, depends. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a fight scene. Yes, Kevin. A+ to you. It's a dance. So we start blocking it. We're gonna block it. So depends on what the director wants. So they give you me as a stunt coordinator. They give you the script, and you go, okay, so he's gonna grab the guy, punch him, kick him, and then you grab your gun, and then you get him thrown on the wall. So that's 4 steps. So it's a dance. So you start blocking 1, 2, 3. So you go 25. We call it 25%. We're not gonna go 100%. And then you block it. You dance 1, 2. You block. You grab your gun. You shoot. And then the guy punch you, and then you hit the table, whatever. 5 moves. And then you do a 75%, and then you go full thrown crazy. And that's movie action. Boom. And you do your thing. So If you're doing a fight scene, it's like a dance. If you're driving, that's a different ball game. Uh, if you're getting thrown in the ground, that's a little different. It's so many ways to do things, you know. If you're doing wild work in the air, that's completely different too.
Okay, so now in the air, how would that work?
Okay, those ones are fun. I've done a lot of
Fun.
those.
That's an interesting way to describe it. Okay.
Yes,
I
if
would
you
think
don't mind
terrifying.
yes, I was about to say that. A lot of stunt performers, they have their nose and their yes. Some people they hate heights and they will say, I don't do heights. So they don't do stunts, nothing flying in the air. I like it though, actually. I don't do water though. We wear something called a harness. You ever seen those?
Yes.
Actually, I have one over there. Like a little, suit harness. So it's attached to different things, and they attach your harness to the wire, and you're ready to fly like Superman. Depends on what they want you to do. If they want you to cross, no joke, which I done it from one building to another, or to a window to another window, or they want you to repel, like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, we can do all of that.
Now these like you'll see the scenes where someone's coming to like from a building to another, and they just break into the into the window. It just magically
Yep.
just
Yeah, you just
disperse.
go for it. Yeah, you just go for it. Yeah,
So it's
and
very
do that.
sensitive glass.
Very expensive glass. Yeah. Very, and you better hit it once because
Can't
it's,
redo it.
So that's a one shot
that's
thing.
a one shot. That's a one. It's the same thing when we break tables. And those one hurt. That's one shot too. The break of tables. Oh yeah, like that's one thing. Boom, action. Go for it. Eat that table.
Eat
You
the
better
table.
eat it. No, that's how we call it. Eat the table in our stun language. Hey, you better. The stun coordinator is always, Jessica, go and eat that table. You know what to do. I'm like, I got you. So it's one shot. Boom. That's it. Yeah.
So now, what other stunts would be like just one shots?
I think also, like what I did. If it looks very dangerous, and it looks brutal, that will be one shot because it looks gnarly. Um, the tables are usually one shot. The only way, like if the prop department has another table, but usually they don't. They only have one table, so that's one
Of
shot.
course.
You know what I mean? We only have one table, uh, so you better do it right. It so depends on how dangerous the song is. Depends on the director.
Yeah.
He's very picky. I don't want to say the name of this director, but he's a big director, and he made me hit the ground 50 times. 50 times.
Yikes.
50. Oh my goodness.
You're basically a wrestler.
Should I say the name of the James Gunn? Crazy. 50 times. I couldn't even walk out of the set.
Was it because he didn't like the shot, or he just wanted?
I just feel that every director, I'm a director too, they have their own
Style.
sense of style, how they want the scene to look like, and
Right.
I guess he's one of those. And I couldn't walk for a month after that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. My whole leg was purple. No joke. My whole leg was purple because I was hitting the ground. They want me to hit the ground and the same leg over and over, same leg, 50 times. So they had to carry me out of the set, and so that was Suicide Squad, the last one. Outside because I couldn't walk, and yeah.
Now,
And so,
with you, like when it comes to an action scene, does the director, like as far as like setting up the fight, scripting out the fight scene, is it primarily the stunt coordinator that does that, or does they kind of work with the director? Like, how does that work?
yes. So the director, the writer had his script. So the director had this idea. the idea, how, yeah, how they want this fight scene. Now, we as a stunt coordinator, we talk it out. We go, okay, what do you want? Well, I want this scene like John Wick kind of type, jiu-jitsu with guns. And we go, well, that seems unrealistic. Let's do it this way. So we kind of like work together, kind of giving him what he wants, but sometimes doesn't work what he wants. So we like, listen, this is what worked for this. And a lot of time they go, okay. Sometimes they go, well, I want to get what I want, you know. So we kind of work together, you know.
So he gives you the
Sometimes,
dream, and you tell him, okay, you gotta scale this back a little bit.
thank
Like chill,
you.
dude.
Exactly.
We ain't got. That's not in your
And
budget.
also, thank you. You just say it. A lot of the times what they want is cash, cash, cash. We don't have that. So we go, okay, you want this crazy fight scene with 20 John Wick style kind of dudes, martial arts, but we have $3,000 budget. It's not gonna happen, sir.
Now, look, your
Right.
What
budget
about
says two
Right.
guys and Hennessy. That's
yeah,
your that's your budget.
And not even the big bottle.
Like,
and
get them. They take one swig, go action,
got
and
to.
you got one shot to get this because we're not doing this again.
Yeah.
So,
And sometimes beside the budget, which I coordinate movies like that, sometimes the one things they are very, very dangerous, and you have to, for the safety of my people, my performers, I have to say, hey, listen, this is a little too risky. Let's make it this way that is safer for my performers. Because as a stunt coordinator, safety first always. And they go and they listen a lot of the time, like, yeah, you're right, Jess. Let's go this way. Uh, yeah,
now, have you done any scenes like that involves guns?
yeah.
So, and I guess like the situation with the New Mexico with film Rust. So I was wondering, like, when I guess like a shootout. So
Yeah.
how do you safely prepare for something like that?
Okay, that's such an awesome, like, thank you, Kevin, question. So when we have guns, we always have a safety meeting with the performers and the stunt coordinator, and we go, okay, now you know. So let's say that I'm gonna shoot you, Kevin, right?
Oh,
Now
great!
I said, great, Kevin, I love you. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you. So then I go, hey, listen, you're gonna shoot me and the left shoulder. So that means you're not gonna aim at me. You're gonna go left. So we never shoot at you. Now on camera, movie magic, it always look like we shooting at you, but we don't. So that's number one thing. We talk it out. We go, okay, so you never shoot at me. That's a no-no. Because first of all, blanks can hurt. They can actually really hurt you, and you actually can bleed, and we don't want that, definitely. So that's the number one thing. Safety first. Don't shoot me. I don't shoot you, and we are good. So we never shoot at each other. We go to the side, to the right, never at you. So that's number one thing.
So the magic is done in post. We're not shooting at
Yes,
each other
that's shooting. Never,
Fix it
never.
in post.
It's, it's crazy. I
unless
did
you
a
shoot
movie.
someone.
Well, that's a dark. Kevin, you went dark too
So
fast.
Oh man.
sometimes I am. I couldn't
Yeah.
help myself.
Yeah.
But do you all like as far as like a shootout scene? Like, is there a rehearsal for it, or is it just mainly blocking?
No. We rehearse 20,000 times, especially if it's a big shootout. Like I did a big shootout in Tifton, Georgia for the movie White Elephant with Bruce Willis. I think it's coming this year too. And that was fun but crazy because I was the chick. I was doubling somebody and I was supposed to shoot 8 military guys. And everybody have a rifle shooting at me. And then I'm shooting at them. And so the director, Jesse Johnson, kisses, I love him. He goes, okay, Jessica, you have 8 guys. We're gonna block it out. You're gonna shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're gonna hide, and you're gonna shoot out and hide. And we rehearsed like 4 times to make sure that everybody was safe, that nobody would shoot at me for real, because it was dark at night.
Yeah.
It was like 8 o'clock. Um, and it looks amazing, and everybody went home safely and sound, and nothing happened. So definitely blocking, rehearsing, and um, shooting at them.
Good. I like the fact that you brought up the overall safety. So like,
Yeah,
they're not even pointing the guns at each other.
never,
Yeah, that's good to know.
never.
I'm just
Watch every. Go ahead.
kind of going over the list of things you've done. You've shot at 8 men. You've bulldozed women for a bouquet. Jumped out of buildings.
Oh God.
You've
I get
flown?
waterboarding.
Waterboating? You flown
Yes.
at all? You flown waterboating?
Yeah.
You've lived the American dream.
Oh, driving. I drove cars.
Now,
Yeah,
did
I
you
guess-
drive a car off of anything?
Oh no. You
But-
see, I don't that no.
That's
Well,
on
actually-
your list.
Yeah, actually, but you know what is funny? I drove next to the guy that do all the crazy stuff most of the time. Most of the time they go, hey Jess, I need you to be the dry passenger. This guy's gonna fly into the whatever, but I need you to be there with the guy. So, but no me driving, thank God no. You see, I don't do
When
it.
a person who does stunts says another person does stunts is doing the crazy stuff, that I was like, ooh, what is he doing? Now, I wanted to kind of divulge into you the first project that you directed. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, I directed a movie called The Oasis. It's a full cast, Latino cast. So one of my friends, she's a stunt performer, and she's a producer. So she goes, "Hey Jess, I have this project, and I know you're a stunt coordinator because I'm coordinating a lot now." And she's like, "Why you don't come and direct my project?" I'm like, "Oh wow, well thank you so much." So I came in and I direct the whole film, and now we just finished with editing and crossing fingers to see how it's gonna look. Yeah, it was my first movie director, and I'm really excited about it.
Kudos to you.
How's
We
it
need
editing?
more female directors. Just letting you know
Yes,
that. Okay.
say
Hey,
that
hey, I champion that.
Okay.
loud.
More
Yes.
female directors.
I pretty much
Let me
had my
tell you.
entire life had women
wife-
tell me what to do.
Look, before we go any more forward here, I was like, who's directing most of our stuff?
I mean, I know I am, but I'm just saying.
I
Yeah.
was like,
I just
shoot.
want to make it a known fact. You know,
Well,
we
I mean-
need more female directors.
Yes,
There's
we do.
very few people that I would trust like I trust her.
Well,
Oh.
that's a good comment. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I would say
I appreciate that.
she sees the things we don't.
That's awesome. Well, we
Good and
women,
bad.
you know, Victoria, we have an eye.
I know, right? You know, females see more things than guys do. You know, they.
Oh,
You know, it's kinda-
I had a friend tell me once, men see the earth, women see the city, the cars, the streets, everything else. Yeah, that's why they say that women make the world go round, because they make everything else. We just see a globe. I'm like,
You're
yeah,
right,
that's
yeah.
pretty much me.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some stuff in that globe.
what? Just the weather?
Just a what? No, it's not. You know what? I'm done. Talking. I'll let y'all get it.
Now,
Okay.
'cause, I mean, it feels like a natural progression for you, from acting, from doing the stunts, from directing the stunts to directing the entire film. So was it a bit like maybe overwhelming at all for you?
You know, seriously, Kevin, it was different though. I tell you why. As a stunt coordinator, you're directing exclusively the action part of the movie. So the fun part, the action
The
part.
fun part.
Yeah, I call it the fun part. But as a director, you have this view of the whole thing together. And also you have a lot of help from your first AD, your DP. So it was different, but I really, really enjoy it. And I have other things coming up that I cannot talk about. when it comes
Hey,
to
long as they
Right.
coming up.
As long as they coming out.
yes,
We
yeah.
like
So
booked and busy.
exactly. So yeah, it was completely different. I like it though. I can get used to that.
So even
It's
the
really
editing process you like?
not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I
No,
didn't think
I
so.
don't think I don't think nobody likes that part though
Nobody.
because nobody likes. You do?
Yeah, I mean, I started out doing that. So like,
He's
it's
a
just-
unicorn.
It's hard for me to get in
Yeah.
that space though. So like, I do like a bunch of other stuff that kind of takes precedent anyway. So I can't just like sit back and edit. I'm not really an introverted person, but I know a lot of like introverts that are editors, and they just don't want to deal with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's totally editing.
I'm
That's the only appealing thing you've said about editing. Being in a room with no people.
I mean, it's
I may
it's
not
okay.
seem like it. I'm very
In a
much
dark-
an
You know
introvert.
what is crazy? Usually it's a dark room. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just I don't like editing. That's the only part about directing that is not fun. But
You just-
everything else.
You just go, hey, I'm sure you can take care of it. Just let me know when you're done. I was
Yeah,
just-
let me know. Let me know when my movie's ready, and then we can talk about it. Exactly.
Isn't it how
And then
George
when you
Lucas
see the
does
movie, go ahead.
it? Isn't that how George Lucas does it? He like goes in, he be like, "Yeah, I don't like that," and then walks out.
Really?
No,
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just
yeah.
I'm just trying to tell a bad joke.
no. If you're executive producer, then you can go in and actually mess with the process, but not actually be directly involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Now,
Too many cooks in the kitchen sometimes.
now, do you'd like to exactly? Would you see yourself like directing like a super maybe like a Latina superhero movie or something like that?
Oh my God, that's the dream right there. That's like the goal. Yeah, totally. I'd probably be one of those directors that, well, a lot of stunt coordinators, stunt performers, always become directors. Like Chad, Keanu Reeves, stunt double Chad, he directed John Wick's movie,
Oh.
and he used to be a stunt performer. So a lot of the stunt coordinators, stunt performers always become directors because it's just fun, especially if it's an action movie. It's just the dream.
And that's put together very well.
Oh,
I mean, like from all the different angles, the cuts,
Yeah.
everything's
Right.
on time,
Well,
and they
because-
actually paid attention to magazine changes.
yes.
And I was like,
Because you know what?
man.
When you punch, the way you punch into camera, depends on how you do it. It's gonna register on the camera. So it's just tricky with stunts. So when a stunt coordinator become a director, we know all those little things that maybe regular directors don't know, and we know. And we're like, okay, I don't want that punch that way. Can that punch go this way? Or it's just different.
so it's a smoother transition. Now, would you more likely to want to do just mainly like direct mainly action films, or would you dive into like other genres as well?
I think because my personality, I always like trying new things. So yes,
So
Yeah.
romantic comedy in the future.
that'd be fun. I never thought about that. That'd be
Hey,
fun.
look, we planted a seed on this show.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Look at that.
I never
Absolutely.
thought about. Yeah. Yeah.
And
that'd be
they're fun to do because
Okay.
especially any form of comedy, if they mess up, sometimes the mess up is better than what you had written down.
Well, that's true.
So you have a
Yes.
lot of ingredients to work with, especially depending on the actors that you have. It's just like look at this script. It's just a skeleton. If you can add some flavor
I
to
did,
it,
I like comedy but not romantic comedy. I work with Robin Givens. I told you that I did 6 episodes for a Nickelodeon show that just died. They took it out of the network. And it was a comedy, and it was hilarious, And I was like, oh, okay, I can say some jokes. Okay,
and you said Nickelodeon, right?
yeah.
SpongeBob killed it probably.
SpongeBob.
Kills every
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob to Nickelodeon is what Mickey Mouse is to Disney.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Owns
I
it.
don't know. You know,
I that,
you know.
Who-
That's so Raven. It's making them money too.
SpongeBob
Yeah.
approved
Raven's
it.
Home. That's not Nickelodeon. That's Disney. Never mind. I said something wrong. I corrected myself though. You saw that?
I mean, like most of the kid stars belong to like the Disney.
The Disney.
Yeah, like Nickelodeon used to run it back in the 90s, but like
Yep.
after that, Disney just took off.
Disney's the thing now. They own everything. Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else is on Nickelodeon as far as like
That's why I said SpongeBob
regular
owns it.
shows.
There's so much. Yeah.
It's King SpongeBob.
Nick Cannon had a lot of hand in the programming for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Tyler Perry has that show.
On Nickelodeon?
Yeah, he has a Nickelodeon show.
Nickelodeon?
Medea? No, I'm sorry.
Cartoon Medea.
I should have said that. Forget what I
If
said.
I
What?
see Medea as a cartoon, I'm hitting you up immediately. This is your fault.
No, but he does. He has a show on Nickelodeon. It's a kid show, and I forget what it was, but it says Tyler Perry's blah blah blah, whatever the show is.
Some kind of family, right?
Yeah, it's a family show.
Has to be
It's
a family.
Nickelodeon.
Has to be a family.
Yeah, I learned something I wasn't expecting today. So, like, I don't even know why that surprises me, and yet it does.
That show been on for a minute though.
That's
I'm
new to me, though.
It's new to me too,
Yeah, I ain't never heard of
I
it.
didn't know
I-
the Tyler Perry.
and yet
Okay.
I am nowhere near surprised at this. Now, did you like? What do you think about directing necessarily a telenovela?
No.
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 We found your line.
She said no.
No.
Because I'll watch it. I can pick out like 3 or 4
No.
Spanish words, but boy, you know Juan's in trouble.
Listen. I grew up and I hate telenovelas. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah. So we romantic comedies, action to definite, drama.
Yeah. Yes, totally.
In some dramas they got fights. You know what I'm saying? It might be family
Yeah.
fights, but it's
And
fights.
then there's also guns involved in dramas. So
But the Notebook's a drama, right?
That's a
No, but that's
romantic.
more romantic drama, more romantic.
I mean that one part where he's like, "What do you want? What do you
That's
want?"
romantic.
That's some drama. That's
and you
some
know
drama
and you
right
know
there.
why he goes to that scene, because every man feels that. That is when we hit like that single man tear. That's what we do at that scene. Like we feel that. Like it's actually real.
Look, we
to us.
got options, okay? There's a couple of stuff in there, all right? We got options, all right? We don't know which one. Okay, give us a
That's the
break.
problem. Yeah. Like, well, just pick one, please. Where you want to eat? Where? Please. And
But
we've
you,
all
the next hour, I might want to eat something else.
See,
somewhere else.
see like that.
So if you ask me what I want to eat, like 2 or 3 hours ahead, by the time it's ready to go, I ain't gonna want to eat that. I want to go eat somewhere else.
See
That
that.
just sounded too confusing to me.
See, man,
Yeah, but that's what it is.
I'd be like, "Hey, I got a surprise for you."
that sounds like what we got to do.
Hey, where
I
we
hate
going?
surprises.
Hey,
Don't surprise me.
Here's a blindfold.
Don't blindfold me.
We go over here. We about to
We'll
eat a
really have
salad.
an action movie
We about to eat a
then.
salad.
Because if I get somewhere where I don't want to eat, it's gonna be a problem.
I'd be like, "Hey,
We can be complicated, women. We can.
agreed."
My husband says that all the time. He's like, "What is it you want?" I'm like, "I don't know, rice, whatever."
No. When we hear whatever, like because
Ah,
whatever gets us in trouble when we bring
Yeah.
something back.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no, you said whatever. I didn't mean this.
Right.
I
then,
didn't mean that. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. I had a flashback as soon as you said
Oh
that.
my goodness! It's like
Yeah.
hey, what do you want? You know,
The usual.
no.
No.
It wouldn't be the
No.
usual. It'd be like, you know, I'm up for anything. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go over here. No, I don't want that.
Yep.
We
Yep.
call it a trap. That's a trap.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
We know.
Yeah, that
And
is-
I've actually had someone tell me like, no, we say that just to see if you know what we like to eat.
What we like.
Now, you're starting to see a little bit more of an emergence of like Latino-based programming on like Netflix and certain streaming shows and all. It's like seeing more representation on on screen? How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel so good, but I think we need actually more. Seriously, I think it's time for Hollywood that we can show that Latinos can be many things. We can be the lawyer. We can be the owner of a bank. We can be, the multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And I feel that it's a bunch of work to do out there to, get better, showing a better side of my Latin community. But we're getting in there. We're getting close. We're getting close. We need LET. We need what? Entertainment. We need, actually, my husband said we need like a Latin entertainment television.
I was going to say the outsider would think, oh, well, wouldn't that be Telemundo? But
no, I'm talking about Hollywood, baby, Hollywood.
But I got
too excited, Kevin. Sorry.
No, that was perfectly fine. Ideally, like what genre of film would you like to produce?
Totally action with drama. I want to create movies that have a purpose and show a story, but also can kick ass. If we can implement those three things, Jessica Medina has her name on.
Now, if you want to do and produce some films, let's say in Latin countries, let's say Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, yes. Somewhere like that.
Actually, I have a script. I love you, Kevin. I have a script that we wrote, and the plan is to shoot it in the Dominican Republic. So we're working on it.
Oh, great! Now,
for full American, a lot of Latinos, but it's an American, and I want to shoot it there.
Now, I know certain sceneries, you kind of get different aesthetics for us film. Like New Orleans kind of gives you maybe like a grimier aesthetic. Yeah. Hollywood gives you that luxury aesthetic, if that's what you were going for. Like what kind of aesthetic would you be looking to get in Dominican Republic?
But the thing is, a lot of the in my script is supposed to be shooted in Miami, but also too in the Dominican Republic. So you can shoot a lot in the DR. They can look similar to like a Miami vibe, believe it or not. And we have beautiful places. Yeah. A lot of movies shooting there right now.
You got a what?
A lot of movies are shooting in the DR. You got to go to the DR, Kevin. Let's go.
Oh.
Yes.
You're like the third person who's mentioning me going to the DR. Yeah.
Maybe the universe and the Lord is telling me. Maybe your wife is over there. I don't know.
Boy, would that be something. Now, as we wrap things up, let's what other projects do you have that you can speak about that you have coming up?
Well, I'm still creating a horror film that I cannot talk about. I have another thing that I have to go and shoot pretty soon. That is almost wrapped. And then after that, Black Adam is coming in October, which I'm very excited about that one, with The Rock. It was a fun movie to shoot. And a bunch of other things. Oh, I just auditioned for a series regular that my manager sent me last week. Cross finger, send me good vibes that I can look at. And it's a series regular as an actor. So it's a lot. I do a lot though. But, I feel that I have a purpose that I want to show Latinos, little girls, anybody out there that have an accent, they're from a different country, that you can do it. Whatever you think, whatever you want, you can make it happen. So don't tell nobody, tell you now.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, Jessica, thank you for taking time out to talk to us today.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you so much.
I'll definitely be watching you and some of your work coming out this year. Yes. And if you need an extra in DR, I'll gladly show you.
Go to the DR. I'm not even kidding. Go and get your wife. Okay?
If I find my wife in the DR, you're definitely going to be in the wedding.
For real. I'd be like, I'd be eating plátano and mango and rice and beans. Okay.
I'll probably be eating it right along with you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. You're the best. I love you and I appreciate you.